Stephen Osborne with the fourth of Rachmaninov's Opus 32 Preludes, just enough to whet your appetite for this episode of Birchwood Jaguars 107 Live.
From the Classic 107 studios in downtown Winnipeg, 107 Live for Birchwood Jaguar, the art of performance.
This Sunday, the Winnipeg Singers, joined by the Winnipeg Philharmonic Choir and the Arrowhead Chorale, will be indulging Winnipeg audiences in Rachmaninov's Vespers, his all-night vigil, in addition to music of Schnittke, Gielo, and Finzi. Very interesting. But to give us a taste, a selection of the Winnipeg Singers. Indulge us, please. You can hear that and more on Sunday afternoon, 4 p.m. at Westminster United Church, the Winnipeg Singers. And thank you for sharing that with us. Yuri, would you like to take the mic? Sure. Hey, welcome back. You're a frequenter of the 107 Live. Please, thank you for sharing that with us, you guys. It was really brilliant. What did we just hear, Yuri?
Well, we actually just heard the opening movement. Title is Call to Worship, the opening movement of Rachmaninov's Vespers.
Excellent. Tell us how you feel about this Vespers.
Oh, well, it's absolutely unique project, a unique concert, and unique music to perform. So to begin with, the unique project is because we have 3 choirs involved,
right.
As you mentioned before. Winnipeg Singers hosting the concert.
Right, there are 24 of you, right, in this concert? Yeah.
The Winnipeg Philharmonic Choir is joining us. And the choir from Duluth, Minnesota, Arrowhead Chorale.
Excellent.
Yeah, so we'll be having about 110 voices or singers on the stage of the lovely acoustics of Westminster United Church.
And this is all a cappella music, right? There's no ensemble. This is just 110 voices in this incredible space of Westminster United Church. Are we inviting Donna into the studio? Yes. Donna Lynn, come into the studio. We've opened the door for you. Alto's late. Darn altos being late. No, sorry, Donna Lynn, you're beautiful. Come in, okay? Join us. So, hey, the Vespers. Now, this is, Bogorodice Dievo is something that I sang a lot in my undergrad, and something that I think audiences definitely hear around Christmas time as those, kind of beautiful holiday moments of just, solitude, prayer, that kind of sacred nature of music. Tell us why you have been so affected. You had a little chat with Stephen Burns a couple days ago. Tell us a little bit about your personal kind of journey through this piece and how much you wanted to do it.
Well, I've been fortunate to conduct this piece for about 5 or 6 times in my life.
Okay.
Twice in Russia and 3 times, I think, here in Winnipeg.
Excellent.
And first time, here in Canada, it was joint production with Elmer Eisler Singers about 10 years ago. Then we've done it again, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And for this particular performance, I am very much looking forward, because I always wanted to have this piece performed with a large choir. And large, like not 50 or 60, but I call it the machine.
Yes.
So, and just imagine when about 100 plus singers would take this incredible structure, and it's not really the best word, structure, but it is in a way, right? You take it layer by layer. Sometimes it goes up to 10 voices, and at the bottom of those 10 voices, you will hear an incredible velvet sound of our lovely second bassist, who you've heard already today.
Yes,
so
Greg and Derek.
Thank you for Greg and Derek. Yes,
for your voices.
About 10 second basses with this low, but those two guys are our primary low basses. We're so glad to have them here, and So to me, this performance, I've been waiting probably, it's a bit of a cliche, but for all my life, because 25 voices is great, 60 is perfect, but that should be absolutely
110.
thrilling and amazing experience.
Wow.
Absolutely.
So how did you get in touch with these guys down in Duluth?
Well, the Winnipeg Singers, for the last 10 years, we're having this series so-called Icons and Incense, and every 2 years we perform different music from Russian Orthodox music, choral literature, rather. And it was actually the time for us to do another concert. And all of a sudden, about 2 years ago, my friend from Duluth, Stanley Wald, the conductor of Duluth Choir, he phoned me and said, Do you think that you might come to Duluth and conduct Vespers? We really want to do that. I'm like, okay, well, I'm usually looking further ahead all the time. Said, well, that's great. I'd be happy to do that. But do you mind coming to Winnipeg and do it together with one of my choirs here? He said, oh, that's an interesting turn. Well, let's try to do it. So we've decided that we will join both of our choirs. And then again, thinking forward, I said, wait a minute. Why don't I finally get what I wanted? Here what we have: 110. Amazing sound, incredible volume, and incredible piano as well. The more you have, it just sounds fantastic.
Just wraps you with that many voices.
Yeah,
you have no choice to be but wrapped in this music, and crossing borders to make dreams come true. Isn't that awesome? Like heartwarming
actually,
to the max.
We are crossing borders. We're next week we're going to Duluth.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Oh, my heart just burst a little. That's great.
There's there's quite a lot of connections here, because Duluth is the sister city of my former city in Russia, Petrozavodsk. That's how I met Stan, and I've been conducting in Duluth several times. So
crazy coincidences all happen here in Winnipeg, man. It's the Forks, maybe, I don't know, draws us all together. Hey, so also in the program, I want to talk to you about this, our listeners out there. There's a little Chesnikov and there's a little Schnittke, which I'm a huge fan of Schnittke personally. Tell us a little bit about these three sacred hymns of Schnittke.
Well, the three sacred hymns of Schnittke is one of probably most performed nowadays in the modern choral literature, and they're pretty short.
Yeah.
It's about 7 minutes in total.
Right.
And it's a very interesting setting, because the first movement, Bogorodica Deva, Rejoice Virgin, he says it's a double choir, and choirs interacting with each other.
Nice.
They're repeating the stuff in the different keys, and it's going on. It's great. But my favorite is the movement 3, actually. The words are the words of the Lord's Prayer, and it's absolutely amazing setting what he does with his words, and I love Schnittke's music.
Well, so for a little bit for our fans of the more contemporary music, a little bit for our fans of the more sacred and traditional music, so much great stuff on this program.
Yeah, and speaking of Chesnikov, of course, he is a grandfather of the Russian choral music, so-called. So it's nice to have his name on the
in
program.
which our late alto Donalyn Grills
Absolutely.
A solo. Just waving my finger at you, woman. Anyway, I can only do this because I know and I've sung with these people. Sorry, I've probably overstepped, but it's always a pleasure to see you. And why not hear another morsel from the program? Very excited for this on Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. Westminster United Church. The Winnipeg Singers offer Icons in Incense and this brilliant program featuring Rachmaninov's all-night vigil. So they're going to give us another little taste before we wrap up this episode of Birchwood Jaguars 107 Live. Profound and some very low basses. Bogorodice Dievo of Rachmaninov's All-Night Vespers, something you can check out on Sunday.
107 Live is Classic 107's intimate concert series, brought to you by Birchwood Jaguar, the art of performance.